Hey, happy, beautiful, amazing day. Dr. Bob Rakowski here, truth seeker and truth speaker. We got June 7, 2020, and we have our science and fact update. So, pretty interesting question. Is there any truth out there, or is it really just a bunch of crap? Well, I promise you there's truth, but we have to really dig and sift and protect ourselves from the crap to get to it. People ask, why should I listen to you? Again, my answer is the same. You shouldn't. You should check all of the facts, not just from me, but from every source. I have a long history of treating patients, over 28 years, a long history of teaching doctors, and I have learned to look at data. So I'm going to share how I look at the data, but again, verify it all for yourself. So imagine a little kid just saying, well, it was just a little lie. Well, how does that little lie play out? Does it keep growing? Is this a case where we're seeing a little lie? Well, it probably never was little. It was probably big from the very beginning. So the WHO keeps changing their mind, the World Health Organization. Now, remember, this organization is funded powerfully by individuals that profit from their policies. But who says, wear one if you can't keep your distance? Now, really, where's the science to that? So here was the WHO saying masks can give you a false feeling of protection, and who should wear it? Healthy people only if caring for COVID patients. Only if caring for COVID patients. Think about that. Now, why did they say that? Well, when they look at the pore size in a mask versus the size of the virus, they know that the mask pore is like a 2-lane highway for the coronavirus. Plenty of room to get through, plenty of pores in the mask. Remember, there's not just one pore in a mask. Everywhere there's a weave, there's a pore. And well, if social distancing doesn't work, well, it never has. Give me a break. These viruses can travel through air. If you're going to get outside and breathe, you can get some of that air. There's a lot of ways to know. How did viruses spread across the globe before we had global travel, or did they? They suggest they actually travel in the Gulf Stream, in the airstream. But take a look at that. Don't take my word at that. Social distancing does not work. What about all the physicians that said we're seeing domestic abuse, we're seeing spouse abuse, we're seeing child abuse, we're seeing drug abuse, alcohol abuse, illegal drug abuse? They're seeing these patients. Why? Because they're locked down and don't have anywhere to go, don't have income, and their future is very disrupted. Their present is very disrupted. Doctors called it a mass casualty. So here's a question for you, and there's people out there that are saying, don't say anything about George Floyd. George Floyd was an absolute victim, and the criminals need to be prosecuted. But let's look at this. He was laid off from his job. Why? Because of the coronavirus. Now, do you think that the police officers had more stress? That doesn't justify their behavior. They're criminals. But do you think they had more stress? I think that's obvious. Do you think the population that blew up, do you think they were more vulnerable because of these policies? There's that little lie blowing up. Now, here's what George Floyd Brothers says: the Minneapolis cops should get the death penalty. Well, the jury's going to charge, is definitely going to make a decision on that. But was that a case of one little lie going to a bigger lie, 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 going to the point where we have mass casualty, mass riot, mass everything going on? Would he have been in that place at that time if it weren't for this policy? How far do we go back? We don't excuse criminal activity ever, but how are we going to get to cause and effect? I keep coming back to this quote: crime, money, power, drugs are all linked. We found out that there's one common source of money in the WHO, in the vaccine companies, in the media, and it's all pushing for more money to be made off of the drugs that they're going to create with their power play. And that is a crime against humanity. So how punishable is that little lie? Do we punish them for telling a little lie, or do we punish them for mass casualty? Time will tell. I love Tom Morris, PhD, Plato's Lemonade Stand, great read. When you focus on what you can control, your control grows. What can you control? You can control your actions, your thoughts, the way you show up loving in the world. And as my mentors say, there's no problem out there that love cannot solve. I'm Dr. Bob Rakowski, truth seeker and truth speaker. Truth Seekers Academy coming soon. Please text me if you want to be a part of that. And enjoy this epic, beautiful, amazing day, because I absolutely know that we can all be happy, healthy, and successful.